Hi, I'm Joy and this is my channel Yoga with Joy. So welcome. This is a longish yoga practice and I hope you really enjoy it. And got a lot of breathing, quite a bit of standing postures. We even managed to squeeze in pigeon at the end. But hope you enjoy it, a bit of a flow. And you have it's quite worth having props handy in case you need blocks and blanket and things like that. But in this particular one, I don't show them, but you can have them and use them if you know you need them. Okay, well, grab a mat and see you in a moment.
Oh, radiant sun, pure consciousness, flaming orb of truth and bliss, remove the veil so I can see, illuminate my heart, awaken me.
So let's start in a comfortable seated position. I'm going to put a blanket underneath, a rolled up blanket. So sitting any way that you feel comfortable. With your eyes closed, take this time to fully drop into how you are today. Drop into how you're feeling in your body. Check in with your mind. Take note of what's happening. Any thoughts that are arising. Allow them to just be. So there's no need to try and adjust the thoughts or make them go away. They can just be. And then take note of any areas in the body that feel maybe a little bit uncomfortable. And recognize those sensations. And again, allow them to just be as they are. We'll be moving the body soon. And any emotions that come up, any feelings inside yourself, whatever's arising for you right now. Everything is welcome. All thoughts, sensations in the body, any emotions, everything is welcome to just be. We can start to notice the breath. As you inhale, feeling the expansion of the belly, rib cage, and the chest. As you exhale, there's a gentle softening of your arms, back of the neck. Notice as you breathe in, creating space by gently lifting from the crown of the head, creating space in the sides of your body and between the hips and the rib cage. space between each vertebrae. As you breathe out, gentle softening of the brow and your jaw, softening of the chest, shoulders. When you're ready, you can open the eyes. Have a blink or two. We're going to start by bringing the hands up with the elbows bent and breathing with our hands. Inhaling, opening up the hands and stretching out the fingers. Exhale, closing. So as we're just breathing now with eyes closed, feeling the breath all around the torso, expanding as you open your fingers. And as you exhale, closing your fingers and noticing the torso drop gently back towards the spine. Inhale, open, soft shoulders. Exhale. Feel the body relax as you exhale. If you can keep that relaxation as you inhale, stretch open your fingers. Exhale. Of course, you can have your eyes closed still if you wish. Inhale, opening. Exhale, closing. If it feels more comfortable to you, you can actually do it on your knees. Inhale, opening. Exhale, closing. Inhale, feeling expansion of the chest, the rib cage, belly, shoulders. Exhale, softening of this whole area. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Lovely. And place the hands down for a moment and stretch out the arms, turning the hands round so that you've got your palms open, and then placing your palms down, stretching out the arms. So you're turning your arms upwards and then downwards with your palms, stretching out. And then over to the side, opening up the arms. Palms are facing down. And then back, so that arms are parallel with the mat. And down, forward, up, forward, down, back. So with the breath, remembering your breath. Down, forward, up, inhale, up, forward, down, back. Really exhaling as you're facing the back, down, forward. There's the inhale, up, forward, down, back, down, forward, up. Gently lift up the arms, placing the hands together. You can have your upper arms in at your ears on the side of your head, otherwise keeping them loose. And then placing the index fingers together and clasping the rest of the fingers and thumbs. Exhaling over to the side, inhale up. Stretching out the side body, lovely, nice and slowly. Using this as a warm-up. Inhaling up, exhaling over, creating the space in the side as you exhale over, shortening one side and lengthening the other. Keep your spine in line with your hips, heart, head. Lifting up, so space, feeling space between each vertebrae. Over to the side and then up, stretching up and bringing the hands down to the knees for a moment, taking a few rolls forward and then backwards. Lovely. Good, that's nice. Then placing your fingers on your shoulders so the upper arms are parallel with the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale over to the side. Inhale forward. Exhale. You can breathe out through the mouth if you wish in this one. It can be quite nice to do that. Now, if you want to be a little bit more dynamic as you warm up, or take it just the breathing a bit differently, you can do an exhale all one way and an inhale all the other way. So it's quite different. Otherwise, follow me with inhaling forward, exhaling over. Try through your nose as well. See what you prefer. So being as gentle as you can in this twist, not forcing anything, but your arms are parallel or in line with your chest. So we're not doing any kind of moving like this, keeping them nice and straight and open. See how it goes. Obviously, if you need to modify at all, please do. Any of you who know my yoga already will know that it's not very strict, so you can modify where you need to. And then back to center. Release down. Lovely. Shoulders roll forward. Shoulders roll back. Lovely, good. And release down. Nice. Okay. Loosen up the neck by looking over to the side. Exhale over, keep your shoulders nice and loose. Inhale forward. Exhale to the other side. 3 on either side, in your own time. So keeping this as a really lovely, gentle release of the neck. Fantastic, good. And then back to center. And exhale, left ear, left shoulder, keeping the shoulder relaxed. And you can bring out the hands if you want. Take a moment here. Inhale up, over to the other side. Feeling the space created between your ear and your shoulder. Relaxing the right shoulder, this one as well. Both shoulders. Soft breaths. Inhale up. Wonderful. It's about time we released our legs. So bring the legs forward. You can take any cushion or block away if you wish to, and then scooch the sit bones back a little bit, so any padding back there. And then take a few flexions and extensions of the feet. Good. Widening the legs a little bit. And if you need to bring the hands back, make it a bit more relaxed, please do that, because you don't need to stay up in Dandasana unnecessarily. And then the other way. Fantastic. Okay, so let's bring ourselves on all fours. You can put blankets on the knees if you need. So the hands are below the shoulders and the knees are below the hips. And we'll start by softly moving the hips in a figure of 8 from side to side. So every time you exhale, you're lifting up the mula bandha and your abdominal muscles. Engaging your muscles here so that you're strengthening them as you move. And then going the other direction. Wonderful. That's good. And your breath is guiding your movement. And then start to bring in your shoulders as well. And you can make the movement a little bit bigger. So it's becoming accentuated, and you could always bring your hands forward if you need to, a little bit. So that the movement is exaggerated. A little bit more animated. And then start to bring in the cat flexions and extensions, majarasana. So moving around like a playful big cat, and then start to scoop into upward cat, and then downward cat. And feel free to really accentuate it. Lifting up your abdominal muscles, pelvic floor as you exhale. See, I'm moving my hips a little bit forwards and backwards. So it's not totally traditional movement. Going a little bit off piste. That's good. And then to stillness. Have a little look up. Bring the right leg back. So you're on your toes. And then rocking the right leg, stretching out your hamstrings. Good. And then the right leg can come forward on the outside of your hands. Inhale forward, exhale back. So we're doing the flexing out of the hamstrings and the hip here. Remember, you can have a rolled up blanket or cushion underneath your knee. Lovely. And then to stillness. And it's hard not to put in a little twist here. So place your left hand down and lift up the right hand. Going for the twist. Placing the right hand down. Now you can come up into low lunge if you wish here. Or if you want to, you're coming up into the high lunge. Hands at the heart. Brilliant. Knee is over ankle. Lift up the toes and soften them down. It's easy for the toes to get overexcited. Hands at the heart, soft shoulders. Opening up into prana mudra. So really, you're also really tucking in your tummy here. Lifting up pelvic floor. Strong back leg. Equals lower the leg down. Then straighten it. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. If you wish, there's extra strengthening of the left leg and the right leg. Both legs, but especially the left leg. And then open up. Tucking in tummy. Hand overhead. Down to the heart. Lovely. And clip down the back foot. Heel toe. The right foot. heel to arch alignment. Back foot is about 15 degrees in. Open up, warrior two. Lifting up pelvic floor, mula bandha. Soft shoulders, soft arms, nice and strong. Soft jaw, face muscles, looking out over your right arm, knee over ankle. So you should be able to see your right big toe inside of your right knee. Warrior two, turning the palm over, coming back into peaceful warrior. This is a lovely one. Stretching out the right side here, creating some space between the hip and the ribs. And then bringing yourself forward, pasvakonasana. So resting here, being careful not to slump onto the thigh, just resting on the thigh very gently, lifting up your toes, softening them down, lifting up mula bandha, pelvic floor, tummy. If you want to, you can look up at your hand. And then bring yourself up. Lovely. Perfect. Clasping behind, opening up the chest, folding forward, almost like a break. Folding forward into humble warrior. Now, humble warrior, you can have your hands at the sacrum, that's fine, still clasped hands. Otherwise, palms are apart, fingers are clasped, and you're coming inside of the right knee, the right thigh. Hanging the head, so you can just even nod your head, it's that relaxed. Soft toes. And bring yourself up. Fantastic. And releasing the hands. We'll come into the wide leg forward fold. So actually we're going to widen slightly. So the outside edges of the feet are in line with the mat, slightly tucked in. So the toes are slightly in. And we'll start by having our hands at the hip creases. Down here is quite nice. Inhale, lengthen, soft shoulders. Exhale, fold forward. Place the hands on the mat. And resting here in the forward fold. You might be someone who gets your head right onto the mat, but there's no need to do that. You're just going as far down as you can. And of course, you can use blocks. You can place your hands on blocks. Lifting up the arches of the feet. The pressure is even on your feet. Inhale, lengthen. You might be up on blocks. And then for exhale, bend the knees, bring the hands back to the hip creases, and up you come. Great. That's wonderful. Okay, so stepping forward to the front of the mat. So we've got our feet are hip width apart, outside edges in line with the mat, and resting here with the hands by the side. So we're going to take a moment. Remember, you're a bit one-sided. We're going to take a moment with finding a balance. So we're keeping ourselves nice and steady, and the head is resting over the heart, and the heart is resting over the hips. And then we're going to lean forward slightly with the eyes closed. The hands are by the side. And then over to the side. Really engaging your abdominal muscles. And then going backwards. See how that is? And then over to the other side. So feeling into what it's like. This is actually a balance. If you're having to balance and you're only moving very, very slightly. Over to the side, forward, and then going the other direction. So go to the side that you were just at last time, and then backwards, over to the side, and then forwards, and going around again. So you're taking a little circle around backwards to the final side, and then coming forwards and back to center. Lovely. Good. Okay, bend the knees slightly. Lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back to downward dog. So now this is the first downward dog. I haven't done it in this practice. So your hands are shoulder width apart, knees hip width apart. Exhale, the chest back towards your knees, and then walk the dog. If you need to be forward like this is fine. Creating space and so there's not tension building up between your shoulder blades. Otherwise, stretching back towards your knees, legs, feet. Breath in, exhale, down onto your knees. Moving the knees back a little bit. Take a breath in. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down onto the mat. And then finding yourself onto the mat. Wonderful. So for our little token back bend, we're just going to come up into Sphinx. The hands are about shoulder width apart. And we're here in a supported back bend. As it's not particularly strong. You can keep your shoulders soft, away from the ears. Move the head from side to side. Taking some deep breaths here in the Sphinx posture. You can even rock the hips from side to side because you're actually quite relaxed, making sure you're not hurting your lower back at all. And lowering down. Hands by the shoulders, elbows tucked in. Inhale. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Because it's the second dog. See how far your heels can come back towards the mat. And if you need to, you can put blocks underneath your heels, the flat ones. Inhale, exhale, down into cat. Hands below the shoulders. A couple of cat flexions and extensions. So inhale up, exhale, majarasana. Remember to tuck in the tummy as you exhale. Lovely. And then back into child for a moment. Take a couple of breaths in child. Knees back towards your heels, arms relaxed. And up you come into cat again. And the left foot rocks back, stretching out the hamstrings. Hamstring. Place the left foot forward and then inhale, forward. Exhale back, stretching out back of the leg. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Fantastic, good. We're really stretching out the hamstring and the hip. It's good. Okay, then placing the right hand down, left arm up, stretching out into the twist. Feeling hips stretching, your back. Place the hand back down, and you're going to come up into either low lunge here, or up into high lunge. Knee over ankles, soft front toes, straight back leg. The energy going out through the heel, so really feeling this strong heel. Hands at the heart, lifting up pelvic floor and abdominal muscles. Prana mudra. Inhale, exhale, lowering the knee. Inhale, straightening the knee. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straightening if you feel okay to do this. Strong on your right leg. Remember your abdominal muscles nice and strong, protecting your lower back. One more time. And then up. Then we're clipping down the right leg, heel toe, the left leg, left foot. And so it's heel to arch alignment. So the right foot is in about 15 degrees. You've got your knee over ankle. You can see your big toe in the inside of your left knee. Opening up, warrior two. Lifting up Mula Bandha, your pelvic floor. Tucking in your pelvis here, just a little bit of a tuck. Looking straight ahead over your front arm. Turning around the left hand so the palm is facing up. Exhaling back into peaceful warriors. Creating this space here between your left armpit and hip. Sliding down your right hand, down the thigh. Lifting up the right arch. Exhale, coming forward into pasvakonasana. Remember, you're just balancing here just a little bit. You're just using it as a bit of a prop, your thigh. Okay. Lifting up to, you can look up towards your hand if your neck's okay with it. Otherwise, straight ahead. Nice straight horizontal line. Is it horizontal? Diagonal. Sorry, I always do this. Get those two muddled up. Diagonal line. And bringing yourself back up. Clasp behind, so you're holding your palms are apart, your fingers are together and your thumbs are together, clasping. Opening up, and either keep them at the sacrum as you fold forward, coming in between, in front of your left knee and thigh, or you can lift them up and give your shoulders a bit of a stretch so that your palms, your hands are going up above your head or anywhere near there. Gently bring yourself up again. Fantastic. That's good. And then we're going to keep the hands clasped behind, turning so that we're going to do the wide leg forward fold on the other side. Opening up. So this is prasarita, padottonasana 3, or C, gets called either. You can clasp the hands together still. Bend the knees, hands at the sacrum, lifting up the arches of the feet, slightly pigeon-toed, and then the hands again go over the head. And the heels of the hand are really they're quite far apart, but the fingers are clasped. Lifting up the tummy, lifting up the pelvic floor. I can see you. And then bending the knees, bring the hands back to the sacrum, and then gently coming up, releasing the hands down. And stepping to the front of the mat with hands at the heart for a moment. Then the hands come down by the side, gently lifting up in a balance. We're just going to do really, really gentle balance. So lifting up your pelvic floor and your abs. Take a breath or two up here on tiptoes. Exhale down. Take a breath in. Exhale up. And then a breath or two while you're up. Remember to lift up Mula Bandha and your abs. Exhale down. One more time. Breath in. Exhale up. Really tucking in your tummy. Breath or two. Exhale down. Lovely. Perfect. Okay. So then lifting up, stretching up, tucking in here, and then exhale forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, folding. Take a breath in. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lower the knees down. And then we're going to briefly come into pigeon. Because we're not going to, it's not very much longer to practice, but we're just going to briefly bring ourselves into pigeon. So the right leg from cat is going to come underneath you, and make sure that you've got a rolled up blanket or something if you need it, or cushion to go underneath your right hip. Inhale, opening up the chest. And then exhale, fold forward. So in pigeon, you're really stretching the glutes and your hip area. So it's a lovely opportunity to have a strong stretch. But if you feel like you can't come down, then you really don't have to. You can stay up. Because it's quite a strong stretch. And you're keeping this left leg as long as possible. Take a couple more breaths. And I love pigeon, so I always want kind of longer in pigeon. So if you feel like you need to stay here a little bit longer and you know this posture, then you can catch up on the next side afterwards. If you're ready, bring yourself up. Open up the chest. And then exhale back, downward dog, walking out the dog. Inhale and exhale, lower. So you're in cat, and then the left leg comes forward, bent, and you're going to place, if you need to, you're going to place a blanket underneath here, the left hip. Inhale, open up, and that's because if the hip falls over to the side, and you want to be as straight as possible across your hips, so that they're kind of parallel with the mat. Inhale. And exhale, when you're ready, you can fold forward. And remember, you can always use your fists or mudra or blocks. You don't have to come all the way down, or you can stay up. You're beginning to rest now, so no longer needing to concentrate on engaging our muscles. You can start to relax the muscles, relax the body. Either stay here for a bit longer, or you can come up, open up the chest. Take a breath in, exhale back to downward dog. Have a little walk out again of your dog. And lower the knees down. Bring the legs underneath you, and we're going to find our way down onto the mat so that we're in semi-supine. Take a couple of deep breaths with your knees facing the ceiling and your feet are planted on the mat. Stretching your arms out, lifting up your knees, and then the knees can go over to the side, and you can take, or to the left side, you can take your left hand on your left knee, and looking out over your right arm. Wonderful deep breath. So you're just relaxing, keeping everything nice and relaxed. Start to move the head back up, release the left hand, and then your knees will face the ceiling again. Exhale the knees into the chest, over to the right, and then the right hand can rest on the right knee, and look over to your left. So keeping your breath nice and soft now, natural, gentle breaths. It's great. And gently bring your knees back up when you've released your hand. And the knees can come into the chest, rock from side to side. And find your legs up into happy baby, so you're taking hold of the outside of your feet. And rocking from side to side. Good. Then placing your feet together and your knees apart, coming into supta badhakonasana, where you can stay or you can eventually move down to shavasana, the relaxation. So your feet together, knees apart, the weight of your knees are stretching out the inside of your hips. Take this time to fully relax your body, calm your nervous system, quieten the mind as much as it wants to be quietened. Your breath will guide your nervous system to drop to a different level, so the parasympathetic can really engage. Either stay here or move into shavasana, where you can do full relaxation of your body. So feeling your whole body completely relax. Your whole body is relaxed. Your whole body can surrender to being held and supported by Mother Earth. There's no need to make any adjustments or movements. You can fully rest. I recommend you rest for longer. You can always turn off the video and just rest. Or you can roll onto your side and follow me. Make your way back up to seated. Your eyes closed. Taking a few deep, full lungfuls of breath. Wake up. And then bring your hands to the heart. And stretch up your arms in prana mudra above the head. Taking 3 deep life-affirming breaths, full lungfuls. And the hands above the head in namaste, down through the centers at the crown, third eye, throat, and the heart. Namaste. And thank you so much for joining me. It's been such a pleasure to have you. And yeah, come and visit again soon. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps. And yeah, see you again. Bye.
Flaming orb of truth and bliss, remove the veil so I can see.